This is Trailblazers Leagues, a temporary game mode where we complete tasks to unlock new areas, gain points to unlock powerful game-altering relics, all for the ultimate end goal of Dragon Cup. This is my journey. Now that Rigor has been obtained, I got my best in slot prayer, and I got up to 91 Slayer. It's time to kill Cerberus. And the fun part about this is skipping. Well, I did this task because I wanted the granite legs because they are a medium task. 1 in 512 drop from them. I don't know if they are boosted. Generally, if there's a task for it, it is boosted. But I got that done, so I'm actually going to leave here because this is a really slow task that took all of 2 kills. I went ahead and did some DPS math now that I have access to Rigor. And it turns out that the Xeriot Vambraces don't provide a max hit currently. Once I get more Masori, it will, but with just having the Masori body, it doesn't. So that means I can freely swap out this for another bracelet, and I was thinking the regen bracelet, but what came to mind better was making Expeditious and Slaughter bracelets, so I went ahead and mined up some gem rocks. It's actually not even bad mining experience. Can go do that for some mining experience, but I got some topaz and opals that I can make into bracelets, which will be really good for Slayer. Like on Cerberus, I'm definitely going to be camping these bracelets, and then for any task that I just want to get done to get points, I can use the Expeditious bracelets. There is the Drake's Claw, the upgrade for the Boots of Stone. We probably can't do it mid-task because I'll start taking 4s for every tick. Task complete. Done 74 drakes. The bracelet went in hard there, getting me 24 extra kills. But we can take the Boots of Stone, add the Drake's Claw to it, make the Boots of Brimstone, which are essentially a hybrid boot. They don't provide any like strength bonus, but they provide stab, magic, and ranged accuracy, and a little bit of defense. And there actually was a task to equip some Boots of Brimstone, which was an 80-point hard task. First Hellhound task, shockingly small, only 68 of them. So it looks like only the crystal drops from Cerberus are boosted, which means the Smoldering Stone will still be a 1 in 512, which means unless we get lucky on it, we're probably not going to get that. But the other drops are all boosted 5 times, and hitting any one of them is a 1 in 34. So the basic strategy with Cerberus is going to be Ruby Bolt the first couple attacks until it gets to like, I want to say like under 300 HP, and I can put on the Onyx Bolts for a couple more hits, get some HP back, and then I axe the boss and it's dead. And in that second kill, I was able to kill her before she summoned souls, which is an elite task. Honestly, that's one of the easiest elite tasks in the game. And then once that's done, I recall out and come back. That didn't take long. 17 kills in. Primordial Crystal obtained. That is the first one. I don't need to leave here, basically, until the task is over, because I'm not using any supplies. So I'm going to see if I can get Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Boots. Slayer task complete. I got up to 89 Hellhounds. 48 tasks complete. That got me a lot of experience. I'm already at 93 Slayer. Probably the next task, I'm going to get up to 95 Slayer. But I still have 2,300 points. So let's go try to get another one. Common loot-wise, it was pretty good. I like these Runite bolts. Unfinished makes making more Onyx bolts really easy. Same with the Runite ore and coal, plus the Pure Essence. Like, I've been stacking up my Pure Essence. I'm now almost at 20,000. And the higher amount of Pure Essence I have, the more runecrafting experience I can gain from actually runecrafting and not doing Guardians of the Rift, as I am trying to avoid doing Guardians of the Rift as much as possible. I also picked up a Rune Halberd, which I decided to keep, just because there's no other way for me to get a Halberd, because I don't have access to Elf, and you never know when a Halberd's going to be useful. So we can take our Dragon Boots that we have in the bank, and use the Primordial Crystal on them to make the Primordial Boots, which are the best in slot melee boot, and by equipping them, we got an elite task. There also is a master task for equipping all 3 of the upgraded boots, so I'm definitely going to be working on that. There is another point task, completing 50 Slayer tasks, and wow, 1,100 points, that pays off handsomely. Second Hellhound task, this one's a little bit bigger at 83. Should be able to get a solid 120 kills out of this. Classic, we get the second Primordial Crystal. I'm bound to get duplicates. It's just funny that like a lot of the melee is probably going to want that as a duplicate. And I already have 2 at 91 KC. Oh, that's huge! I got the Smoldering Stone. Let's go! There is 150 Cerberus kills. Hard task for 80 league points and a master combat task for 5 points. And that means I now have all the combat achievements done for Cerberus. And generally, Slayer bosses are the easiest combat task to complete because, like, the fact that it's locked behind Slayer means they make the tasks easier because there's a tough requirement to be able to do them. I guess rewarding the people with high Slayer. But we still got another 150 kills to go for the final league task, which is at 300 kills. Completely missed this, but I picked up 95 Slayer like 12 kills ago and didn't even realize it. What 95 Slayer means is that we also have access to the Alchemical Hydra, as that is a level 95 requirement. And when we go to get our next class, and when we go to get our next task, we're going to be going between either getting a Hellhound task or a Hydra task. Basically, just going to skip till we get one of them. There is the second crystal. I gotta make space in my inventory to be able to pick it up. But we got the Pegasian crystal, and I can upgrade my ranger boots pretty much right away. The Pegasian crystal on the ranger boots. We proceed with the infusion, getting some rune crafting and magic experience, and now we can equip the Pegasian boots, which are slightly better. I believe their range bonus goes up by a couple, so I'm slightly more accurate. But like with all range boots, none of them provide any damage. They only provide accuracy. And on this league, I am so accurate that I honestly don't think it does that much, and I'm better off wearing the Devout boots almost everywhere to get the +5 per bonus. Even with Soul Stealer, now that I have Rigor, I rarely do enough damage to fully maintain my prayer unless I'm attacking a boss and getting Ruby procs like Cerberus is. Oh, that's funny. I got myself a second Smoldering Stone. Look at this inventory here, and that doesn't include the Pegasian that I already used. With the Smoldering Stone obtained, I'm actually going back to Worms. They have a 1 in 400 drop rate on leagues for a Dragon Harpoon. If I were to be able to pick up that Dragon Harpoon, that would be 200 league points and saves me from going for a Dragon Pickaxe from Calphite Queen. There is 25 Superior Slayer encounters done. Hopefully we'll pick up one of the chase items with the heart and the Eternal Gem soon. But we're going to be slaying a lot on this. We'll probably get all the way up to 25 mil. Like, I'm 96 and I don't even have a Hydra task yet. Persistence pays off. The Dragon Harpoon has been obtained, which means I can turn it into an Infernal Harpoon. Hell yeah. It's funny, the Infernal Harpoon might actually be bad for Temperos because we already cook things instantly, and when we cook things, we get 25% extra. So automatically cooking it might actually slow down our Temperos point gain. But it is 200 league points to equip one of those. And I have a second Smoldering Stone if I really want a Infernal Pickaxe. There is Pegasian Crystal number 2. Well, Pegasian Crystal number 3. Let's freaking go. We got the Eternal Crystal. That is the last crystal, and I can make all the boots. Woo! That's huge to get. I still need to get up to 300 Cerberus, so I'm going to keep finishing out this task and probably get one more to get that task done. That'll be super sweet. I'm glad to be done this boss, and this is a master task coming right up. I can take out the Infinity Boots to turn them into Eternal Boots using the Eternal Gem, and then I can equip this Eternal Boot, which should... Oh, did I never equip the Primordial? Wait, is there not a task? Wow, I gaslit myself into believing that there was a task for all 3 boots, but there isn't. Yeah, I looked through the list, and there's only equip every God Sword, the full set of Torva, and all the God Wars Dungeon Combat achievements. Wow, I gaslit myself. That's the first time. I was just so convinced. And it probably is a good thing because it gave me the motivation to grind out Cerberus. And these Eternal Boots will be nice at P2 Wardens to slightly help out my damage there, as I currently do bring a boot swap. There is the first Hydra task. One of the tasks require one of the Elite Diary tasks is to kill Skotizo, and honestly, I didn't even know that that was part of the Elite Diary, because I'm so used to like already having that task done long before going for the diary. But I got 4 Dark Totems here that I've been picking up during Slayer, and we're gonna see how this goes. It should be really easy. I should be able to just Ruby it down and then get an axe off. And that is 1 Skotizo kill, which gave me a lot of points. I got a hard task for 1 Skotizo kill. I got an elite task for 300 combat achievement points, and that also gave me the master task for getting the hard tier of the combat diary. And that point total got us above 42,000, giving me the rune rank. And I got the Skoto's pet on that kill. Holy shit, 1 KC. That's crazy. That's a huge pet to get. Well, probably pretty easy to get, but that was huge. I didn't even see that. So I got 200 points, 400 points, so 600 points total. 800 points. I got 880 points in 1 kill. The nicest part about Skotizo on League is the fact that the clue scrolls are stackable. Because normally you just kill the boss and then you get the guaranteed hard clue and you're like, well, now I gotta go gear for a hard clue and you can't come back. And there is a task to use chins to kill him indirectly. So we got it all set up here, and I should, as long as I don't run out of chins before the kill's over, get this task right here. There is precise positioning, a master task complete. Thought I might as well get that while I was here, and I just caught the chins for the previous diary, but that is 20 more snapdragons, and I got 1 more that we might as well go for. But that is every task but 1 in the Karen and Kebos diary. Hydras are the non-boss version of the Alchemical Hydra, and I'm going to need to kill 1 in order to get the diary done, as that is the last task. On top of that, there's also a League task to defeat a Hydra itself. But we got ourselves a Hydra Bone and Water Runes. In the future, I can see myself coming to Camp Hydras for those bloodthirsty Hydras, because each one of those has a 1 in 32 drop rate of an imbued heart and a 1 in 32 drop rate of an eternal gem. So that's probably really good for that grind, as they are the highest level Slayer monster, and my relic should make it very easy to kill them. Now we can claim the Karen medium, hard, and elite diaries, getting us the Radha's Blessing 4. Now, the Radha's Blessing is super nice, but it's mostly going to be a teleport for us all the way up to Mount Karum. Normally, we'd have to go to the Fairy Ring, but now we come right up here, which would be really good, especially if I want to do any sort of Konar Slayer. But we're going to put the lamps into Agility, which is another, 1.2 million, getting me up to 90 free Agility. I think I have every shortcut in the game now, and my total level is up to 2220. But the big thing about this diary is that it gives you a passive where the floor is lava mechanic no longer applies to you, and I can wear any boots, such as my Pegasian boots or Devout boots, into Hydra. This is my setup for killing Hydra. I got my best in slot range gear on, apart from the bracelet, where I'm using a bracelet of slaughter because I really need to extend those tasks as much as possible. On top of that, I have the Dragon Hunter crossbow, which gives me 25% damage and accuracy against dragons and dragon-like creatures. Hydras count for that, which is very nice. And that means on the Alchemical Hydra, the Dragon Hunter crossbow is actually better than the Zerite crossbow. In fact, on Leagues, it's even better than a T-bow, just by virtue of the fact that you get the Dragon Hunter crossbow boost and you get 5 times Ruby procs. So I'll use the Zerite crossbow to spec, guaranteed 110 damage, swap over to the Dragon Hunter crossbow for the rest of the kill, and then I have the Onyx bolts for near the end when rubies are less effective, but they'll barely be on because I'll be able to Sage his axe at like 260 HP here. This is going to be a fun setup. Finished off the first Hydra kill, getting the speed kill task. I got both the Master and Grandmaster speed task with my 116 kill, and I honestly did poorly there. So we're probably going to get sub 1 minute kills consistently. Another elite task. Points are coming in hard. This Slayer bossing really, really pays off. I'm already up to 43k. Maybe even hit 44k today. There we go. There's the Hydra leather. The first drop I cannot use. Wow, that's gotten a lot more expensive. That is up to 11 mil. I think when I got it on the main game, it was like 7 mil. Won't be able to use that. Probably going to get a lot of those over the course of these 300 kills. It's a 1 in 100 drop. Fortunately, we don't know anyone in our regions who can help us convert that into some nice little gear. Got our Hydra Eye. That is our first piece of the Brimstone Ring. Super nice. Got it after 25 kills, so we're already a little bit lucky. I need to bank every couple kills, not just because I need supplies, but because there's so much crap on the ground that I can't see anything that's going on. I might end up turning off the ground items plugin. Got the common drop, the Mystic Rope Top bottom and top. And it's funny because in my regions, I don't have access to Mystic. So that's the very first time I've equipped a Mystic, even though that's something like the mages that picked Kandarin got that task probably like 2 weeks ago. It was bound to happen eventually. I just don't think I anticipated getting this so soon, but I got 50 million hit points experience. That is another elite task. Another 200 points banked. We're up to 46 Hydra kills, and honestly, this has been my least favorite boss that I've killed so far in leagues. There's just something about it where it doesn't have that fun factor that all the other bosses have, even though I've got like insane gear for it. And I'm getting consistent 1 minute kills. There is the Hydra's Fang. That is the second piece of the Brimstone Ring. We are now 1 drop away, and that was on kill number 50. There is the other useless drop, the Hydra Tail, which you add to the Dragon Bone Necklace and the Bone Crusher to turn it into a Bone Crusher necklace, but you need access to Mauritania and Fremnik, and I don't know how many people are even going to get that item, because you need Mauritania, Fremnik, and Zaya, and that is just a very weird build. There is level 99 Slayer, getting myself up there, and I picked up a clue scroll. That's why I was not worried in the slightest about getting any Slayer experience, because I knew the second I got to 91, started doing Cerberus, get myself up to 95 to start doing Hydra, I would just zoom through the levels. All right, we got a purple, and that means it's one of the prayers. Let's hope it's arcane. Duplicate decks, but hey, bound to happen, and it's for the bank value. All right, got ourselves another purple. This is green, so it can be anything but prayers and a mega rare. Hopefully it's a piece of ancestral. That would be super, super, super sweet. And I got another Dragon Hunter crossbow. Oh, that's unfortunate. I now have 4 purples, and I have 2 Dragon Hunter crossbows and 2 Dexterous Prayer Scrolls. That sucks. Hydra task is complete. I killed a total of 132 Hydra on the task, so my bracelets went in hard and got me an extra 32 kills. Now that I have 99 Slayer, I can purchase the Slayer of Skill Cape from Mr. Duradel over here. The Slayer perk allows you a 10% chance of getting the same task that you just completed. It's kind of there for farming Boss Slayer in the main game, but this is going to be really useful on League because of how much we're skipping, and if I can get like a proc to get a back-to-back Hydra task, that would be great. No Hydra task, got Heavy Demons. Maybe I'll keep those to do some Sire in the future, but that's going to be the end of this video. I hope I showed exactly how Boss Slayer can boost you up, not only in an XP way, as I went from 91 all the way up to 99, but also in a point way, as I got nearly 2,000 points just from Cerberus, Skotizo, and Hydra. Got myself the rune rank, and I got 12.4k points to go for Dragon.